Belly should kind of breathe into the hand as you inhale. And as you exhale, you should feel your belly draw in towards your spine. And as you breathe in this way, and just also kind of tune in to how you're feeling today. So kind of noticing both how your body feels and kind of where your mind is. So part of our yoga practice is kind of making it like a moving meditation. So we're going to use the movement and our breathing together to help us center ourselves. So we can kind of pause all the mind chatter. When you're ready, I invite you to take a cleansing breath. So you'll take a deep breath in through the nose and a big heavy sigh through the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, heavy sigh through the mouth. And then on your next inhale, sweep one or both of your arms up. Reach fingertips up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Good, one more time. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time I want you to just reach with your right arm. So take your right arm up and over and take a little side stretch to the left. So you can do a couple things with this left hand. You can hold on to your seat. You can hold on to the chair leg. Just don't fall out of your chair. Big side stretch here, keeping this side of your pelvis on the chair. Good. Breathe in, come back to center, sit tall. Exhale, let that arm go down. Good. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, tip to the right. Side stretch. So you're kind of feeling along the side of your torso, grounding down through that left side of the pelvis, pausing and breathing. Try not to hold your breath. Relax your face and jaw. So if you have a tendency to kind of bite your teeth together or clench your jaw, try to relax that. Inhale, reach both arms all the way up towards the sky. As you exhale, I want you to open up your chest and shoulders and imagine kind of driving your elbows into the sides of your trunk. So almost think about really opening across the chest and shoulders so you're pulling your shoulder blades together. So from the side, it's going to look like this. So you're really kind of being active through the chest and shoulders and the mid-back. Good. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Go ahead and scoot forward towards the top or the front edge of your chair. So really start to notice the ground beneath your feet. So when you do that, I want you to pick up your toes and your heels, kind of alternating. So you can kind of notice how your weight is distributed. Just kind of rocking heels to toes a little bit. Sitting tall, nice long spine. And then we'll come to seated mountain pose. So palms are forward, chest is lifted, head is lifted. So a lot of our yoga poses are going to be really paying attention closely to spine alignment. So really thinking about stacking your head on top of the rest of your spine, pelvis as your base. On an inhale, I want you to sweep your arms up, look up. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Set your forearms on your thighs or reach for the floor, letting your spine round. So this is our forward fold position, slightly pulling the belly in, but allowing your back to round. Good. On your next breath in, I want you to lift up part way. So you're going to bring your hands to your thighs, flat back this time, belly button in. Good. Then as you exhale, round and fold over your legs again. The next time you breathe in, press into your feet. Take your time, but come up all the way. Lift your arms up. Good. Exhale, hands to heart center. So if you have a tendency to get lightheaded when you're dropping your head below your heart, I want you to keep your head heart level or higher, okay? Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center, bend over your legs. So forearms to the thighs or reach for your feet. So this is where you're modifying based on how your back feels, your back range of motion. Continuing to breathe, tummy in. Breathe in, come up halfway, flat back. So perching over your legs, chest lifts, shoulder blades pull together. Beautiful. Exhale, round and fold. Relax your neck. Inhale, press into your feet, take your time, come all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So this is called a half sun salutation, and we're working on linking the postures with breathing. So we'll do one more. Inhale, sweeping up, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center, bend over your legs, rounding your back. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift, belly in. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, press through your feet, come all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, still sitting towards the front edge of your chair. We're gonna go through seated cat and cow pose. So these are some good spine warming postures as well. So I want you to think about your pelvis as a bowl, and we're gonna be tipping it forward and tipping it back. So as you inhale, you're gonna sit nice and tall, tip your pelvis forward, look up. As you exhale, you're gonna tip it back, kind of like rounding your spine. Seated cat. Inhale, sit tall, tip it forward, lift your heart. Seated cow. Exhale, tuck and round. Seated cat. So from the side looks like this. Inhale, sit tall. Seated cow. Exhale, tuck and round. Seated cat. Inhale, sit tall. Seated cow. Exhale, tuck and round. Seated cat. If you want, you can add some arm movements. So inhale, open up the palms. Look up, seated cow. Exhale, thumbs down, seated cat, letting the whole back round. So 3 more cycles. Inhale, sit nice and tall, open your chest, look up, seated cow. Exhale, tuck and round, seated cat. Inhale, sit tall, seated cow. Exhale, tuck and round, seated cat. Kind of separating the shoulder blades. Good, last time. Inhale, sit tall, seated cow. Exhale, tuck and round, seated cat. And then as you inhale, come up to a neutral spine. So back to that shoulders stacked over the pelvis, noticing the ground beneath your feet. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna start to turn to the right side. So I want you to take your left hand, put it on the outside of your right leg. Good, still sit nice and tall. And then you're gonna start to just twist to the right, looking with your eyes, letting your neck twist, letting the rest of your spine follow. If you want, you can reach back through your right arm. So when we do spine rotation, you want your eyes to be the leader. So your eyes are gonna look where you're going, and then the rest of your body is gonna follow. When you breathe in, I want you to think about sitting tall in your chair. And then when you exhale, you're thinking about rotating from the lowest part of your belly, kind of using the leg as leverage. Nice. Don't forget to breathe. Beautiful. One more breath in. As you exhale, slowly come back to center. Sit tall. This time we're going to switch sides. So you're going to take your right hand, move it on the outside of your left leg. Again, nice and tall through the spine. And then start to turn and look back over your left shoulder. So once again, using your hand on the outside of that knee or thigh for leverage. If you want, reach your left arm back and try to look at it with your eyes. So you're kind of opening up on that left side of the chest. Good. Nice and tall, still trying to look back at your hand. Breathing in to lengthen. Think about creating space. Exhaling as we rotate. Good. Pause and breathe. Relax your face and jaw. And then as you exhale, slowly come out of it. Good. We're going to do a little bit of lower body lengthening and stretching some postures today. So I want you to take your legs out nice and wide here. And then we're going to turn everything towards the left or towards the right. Let's see. You go to the right, you go to the right. I'll go this way. And then what I'd like you to do is turn your right foot to the right, so facing this way. And then I want you to let your left leg go back, okay? So this is gonna look different for some of you. This might be like knee in line with the hip, like this. Or you might be able to really straighten that leg if you have more flexibility in the hip. So most of you, I would say about 50% of you, I can't see your lower body, so I need you to just be kind to yourself, okay? And that's okay, but just listen to your body. So your leg might be here, or it might be here, but your shoulders are gonna be facing the right, just like your leg is, nice and tall. So you're turning your body on the chair. So instead of facing forward, you're gonna turn to the right. Chest to the right, shoulders to the right. Foot to the right. One or both of your arms can reach up. This is our lunge position. Good. So as you lift your arms up, relax the tops of your shoulders. So a lot of times we like to spend a lot of time with those shoulders hiked up towards our ears, so really try to relax there. Good. Then as you exhale, release your hands down. And then just start to place your right hand on the chair back. And then start to look back towards the right. So just an easy twist. So your hand is on the chair back and you're looking that way. So you're starting to rotate the spine a little bit. Legs stay in the same position. Good. And then start to slowly release. Coming back to center, nice wide leg position here. Sitting tall, we're gonna do the same thing on the second side. So this time I want you to turn your left foot to the left, and you're gonna let your right leg drop down or back. So your knee might be in line with your hip here, or it might be back behind you and kind of pressing into it a little bit more. Knee about over the ankle on the front leg. Nice and tall. So this time your chest and shoulders are rotated to the left side of your space. Belly is in. Kind of using that chair for balance. And then reach one or both of your arms up. Think about pressing the front of that right hip forward for a little bit of lengthening through the hip flexor. Good. Breathing in and out, doing your best not to hold your breath. And then as you exhale, release your hands down. Go ahead and take your left arm, set it on your chair back, and then rotate towards your chair back. Nice, easy twist, keeping your legs in that same position. Good. Just mobilizing the spine a little bit here. Pause and breathe. Good. And then slowly release from that twist, come back to center. And then we'll keep the legs out nice and wide here, and just go ahead and turn both toes, sets of toes out to the side, and have your knees be out to the side. And then you're gonna set your hands just on your thighs here, kind of get right towards the edge of your chair. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to press your left knee out, and then just look to the right. So this should give you a little bit of an inner thigh stretch. Good. Come back to center, breathe in, exhale, press the right knee out, turn and look to the left. Pause and breathe. A little bit of an inner thigh stretch there. And then slowly come back to center, toe heel your feet back in. This time we're gonna send the right leg straight out. So I'm gonna show you from the side, but your right leg is gonna be straight out. Toes are gonna pull towards your chest or towards your face. Sit tall on the edge of your chair. And then as you exhale, I want you to hinge at your hip crease and start to just bend over that leg. So you're feeling a little bit of a stretch into that hamstring. And you might need to adjust where you're sitting on your chair for comfort. It's like I gotta scoot more forward, otherwise my chair is jabbing into my thigh, and that doesn't feel very good. So just might need to shift your butt a little bit more forward. And then as you come into that back of the thigh stretch here, you could rotate your whole leg or point and flex your foot. So we're looking for a hamstring stretch. Pause and breathe, not moving into pain. Moving into that slight stretch. And then slowly come back out of it, breathe in. As you exhale, you're gonna take that right leg, set it across the left leg. So that's that seated figure 4 stretch. So it looks like this. If you're unable to get your leg up to your thigh, this is where I always advise maybe grabbing a towel or something for a little bit of help. You can, if you can't quite get it above your knee, you can just use the towel and wrap it around your ankle or your foot. So this is gonna be an outer thigh and glute stretch, sitting nice and tall. You can come forward a little bit, so leading with your chest over your legs. If you're getting a good enough stretch just right here, that's fine, then just stay there. Pause and breathe. Relax your face and jaw. Good, and then slowly bring your chest back up, release that leg, and we'll take the second leg all the way out in front of you. So it should be your left leg now out in front of you, right? Side 2. Bye, Gary. Side 2. So left leg is out in front of you. You're scooched towards the edge of your chair. You can point and flex your foot or do whatever feels good. And then you can kind of lead with your chest and hinge forward. So sometimes it feels good to sort of go into it and then move out of it. Sometimes it feels better to just hold that static stretch. So you choose what feels good for your body, but you can also point and flex your foot or rotate that leg. Try to keep the spine nice and long, so avoiding kind of collapsing over your leg, keeping your spine straight. Beautiful. And then slowly coming out of it, bringing your trunk back up. That same leg you're gonna cross over. So left crosses over right, seated pigeon, figure 4 stretch. So with this one, you want to avoid kind of holding the leg up, because the point is that we want to relax around the hips so we get a stretch. So if you need to use a towel or hold your leg so that you're in a more comfortable hip position, do that. So sitting nice and tall, this might feel like a good stretch. You can point and flex that foot or rotate the ankle. And then eventually, if you'd like, just sort of hinging forward, just like you did in that hamstring stretch. Feeling a little bit more activation or lengthening around the hip and the glute. And try to let your breath flow to the area where you feel most restricted. So if you feel more restricted in the side of the hip, think about sending your breath there or the back of the hip. Relaxing the back of the neck. And then start to slowly come out of it. Uncrossing the legs. Good. Sending the legs out nice and long, just out in front of you. And I want you to turn your toes in and out Just kind of releasing through the rotators of the hips a couple of times. Toes towards each other, toes out. And then when you're ready, release your feet down, and we're gonna come to standing. So if you're comfortable coming to standing, you can use your chair for balance. The chair can either be to the side or to the front of you, you choose. But just take your time, and if you're not comfortable standing up, you can stay seated. This would be a good time to grab a sip of water if you have water nearby. So we'll come into mountain pose either with the chair in front or to the side of you. So just like we did in sitting, your feet are going to be about 6 inches apart for better balance. You can bring them closer if that feels good to you. Palms are forward. And whenever we're doing our seated or standing mountain pose, it's an active posture. So you really want to think about pulling your tummy in, lifting your chest up, kind of really being engaged in standing. Good. On an inhale, I want you to reach your right arm up and over, take a tip to the left. You can kind of use that side of your thigh for a little bit of leverage. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, left arm up by your ear. Exhale, tip to the right. Not forcing anything. Good. Inhale, come up back to center, and exhale, release down. Beautiful. Good. From here, I want you to take your feet out nice and wide. So I'm just going to demonstrate with the chair to my right side here, and you can modify where the chair is based on how you're feeling. But I think it will be easiest to have the chair to your right. So depending on where your body is, you can change that. I want you to turn your right toes to face the right wall. So my foot's going to basically be between my chair legs, okay? And then I want my left foot to be probably a good couple feet or more from my right foot, okay? Those toes I'm going to have facing forward or facing the screen, okay? So right toes are to the right, left toes are forward. Good. I'm going to hold on to the chair back with my left hand, okay? I'm going to start to bend into my right hand. I'm going to start to bend into my right knee. So bend your right knee so it's tracking over your ankle. Good. Pause and breathe. This back knee is straight. And then raise one or both of your arms up to shoulder height. Warrior two. You're going to look over that right hand. So as you're in this standing pose, really try to relax the tops of your shoulders. So it's isometric, you're holding, your belly is in, you feel activation in your legs as well as your tummy. Good. Beautiful. Pause and breathe. Good. Relax the arms. Go ahead and straighten your right knee. And then with your hand on your chair back, I want you to reach your left arm up for the ceiling. So both knees are straight now. We're going to make our way into a triangle pose variation. So a couple of options. We're going to move into a side stretch. So you can keep your hand right here. If you feel like this is a good side stretch, perfect. If you can reach your hand for the chair back and come more, or the chair bottom and come more into a side stretch, great. If you might put your forearm on the back of your chair, that works too. So you're probably going to feel a little bit of a stretch in the trunk as well as maybe the thighs, the hamstrings. Pause and breathe. Good. Nice. Try not to hold your breath. Tummy is still in. And then when you're ready, big sweep with the arm. Come back to center. Both arms up to shoulder height. Bend back into that right knee. Warrior two. Nice job, friends. Keep holding. Good. As you exhale, release the hands down and then straighten the knees. And then take both toes and face them towards your screen or forward. So we're going to do the same couple of poses on the second side. So you can either rotate your body, then it will be hard to see, or you can move your chair to the other side. Okay? So you choose. So we're going to take our nice wide base of support again. This time we're going to take our left toes and we're going to face them to the left. So I put my chair over on the left side. My foot is pretty much between my chair legs. That right foot is going to be 2 or 3 feet back. Toes are going to face forward. So left toes to the right, left toes to the left. Bend into that front knee. Okay? I'm calling the left leg the front leg. Good. Arms up to shoulder height, one or both arms. Good, and then you can look over that left hand. Belly in, shoulders over the hips. Good, try to relax the tops of your shoulders. So if you're feeling a lot of tension up in the neck, in the bottom or the tops of the shoulders, try to let that go. Good, looking over that left hand. One more breath in. As you exhale, release the arms. Straighten that left knee. And then take your right arm up towards the ceiling and then start to tip towards your chair back. Careful. So both knees are straight. You can take your left hand or forearm to the chair back. Try not to collapse on your chair though. We're just using the chair to prop us. Or you could even set your hand on the bottom of the chair for triangle pose. So pause and breathe. Think about reaching that those top fingertips for the ceiling. Doing your best not to hold your breath. Good. One more inhale. As you exhale, bend into that front knee. Slowly sweep your body back up and come back to warrior two. Nice. Take your time. Look at that front knee. You want that knee over the ankle. You can take a little breather through the arms if you'd like. And then start to straighten your front knee. Good. Go ahead and step both feet so they're behind your chair. So just take your time, bringing your feet behind your chair. And then we're going to grab onto the chair back. And then walk your feet back so until you feel like you can press your hips back. So you're going to get a stretch through the back as well as probably the hamstrings again. So you're kind of sinking away from your chair back, relaxing the back of the neck. Belly is in slightly. And then walk your feet just slightly forward. Move your hands over to the left side of the chair back. And then I want you to drop your hips to the right. So what you're doing is creating kind of a diagonal stretch. So hands are to the left and your hips are going to drop to the right. So this you should feel along the right side of your back, all the way into that side of your pelvis. So if you have back issues or back pain, there's a muscle that's implicated in that tends to always get a little bit hurty. So those diagonal side stretches are really nice for that. And then try to keep breathing. Slowly bringing your feet back a little bit closer to the chair. And then we're going to switch sides. So hands are going to go to the right. You'll take a breath in and you'll drop your hips to the left. Relaxing your head and neck, this time stretching along the back left side of your body. And try to keep breathing and relax into it. Good, and slowly coming out of it, taking a breath in, taking your time and walking your feet back towards your chair. Standing up nice and tall, coming back to mountain pose. Palms are forward, aligning your spine. So top of the head all the way down to your tailbone. Chest is lifted, belly is in. Take a deep breath in, reach one or both of your arms up, look up, big stretch up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, one more time, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, go ahead and take a seat in your chair. And as you come to sitting, you can think about either grabbing onto the seat pan of your chair to help stabilize the shoulders, or you can slide your hands underneath your thighs. So the key is that we don't want our shoulders to ride up. Take a nice deep breath in, drop your chin down to your chest. Come back to center, look up. Come back to center, chin to your chest. Center, lift your chin up. Center, look straight ahead. This time I want you to turn and look to the right as far as you feel comfortable, just with your head and neck. Come back to center, turn to the left. Back to center and right. Back to center and left. And center. Good, this time, right ear, right shoulder. Try to keep your nose forward. Good. Center. Left ear, left shoulder. Center. Last time, right ear, right shoulder. Center. Left ear, left shoulder. Center. Good, release your hands. On an inhale, I want you to think about bringing your arms out to the side like you're holding a big ball. As you exhale, release them in. Good, one more time. Inhale, open them up. Exhale, release. Allowing the rib cage to expand. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, release the hands wherever you feel comfortable, and just allow yourself to once again relax in the chair. So if you want to send your legs out or just kind of get cozy against your chair back, feel free to do that. Allowing your eyes to close or lowering your gaze as we settle in for our final relaxation. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. Take a moment of gratitude for coming to the self-care practice today. And do your best to put a pause on your mind, inviting stillness into both body and mind for a few moments. Noticing your breath, and then just doing your best to release all thoughts, any judgments, any expectations that you have. Just let yourself be in the moment. When you're ready, you can start to open and close your hands or turn your head from side to side. Just kind of bring your awareness back. And then sit up a little bit taller in your chair. We'll bring the hands together at heart center. Drop your chin down, take one deep breath into your heart. Yoga friends, I thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. All right, team.